Are you limiting your potential by thinking too small? I want to talk to you about discovering how you can break free from that and achieve some amazing success in 2024. I think it's really easy to fall into a trap of thinking too small. I think it's a mindset, right? Carol Dweck wrote a great book. We'll talk about that later. But it really does prevent you from achieving big things in your life. So how about I give you 3 different ways that you can get out of that thinking small mindset. The first one is to recognize your limiting beliefs. These are things that happen to you in your childhood, your upbringing, or they're a function of your environment. So you might think, I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm all these things. Those are limiting beliefs. So you have to recognize those and start to put in place beliefs that are anti-limiting beliefs. So you acknowledge yourself and you shift that mindset toward a more sort of expansive and growth-oriented approach to life. So number 2, set ambitious goals. Now, before you get allergic to the whole word goal, I would really encourage you to sit down. Even if you don't write out goals, write out some things that look like goals or targets or ambitions or desires that you want to get in your life and make them big. Aim big. You might even go through the exercise of writing out a goal and then deciding if that's big enough and then 5x it just for good measure. These targets or these goals are a way for you to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to go and think bigger to achieve those goals. And by default, you'll start to grow yourself. They catalyze you in a way. So think bigger for excellence. Okay. Third thing, cultivate. This is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned, next to goals, a continuous learning mindset. It really is essential for you to get over the hurdle of thinking small. Think about this. Back in the day, this is before we had the internet. I used to get magazines and newspapers at the bookstore or in convenience stores or whatever, and I would rip pages out of them. And I used to keep I had one laying around here. I was going to grab it, but I used to keep a folder, and all of these articles were in that folder. And anywhere I went, I took that folder inside with me. If I knew I was going to have to sit in line, if I was sitting down to have a meal, I usually eat alone. I always had this folder full of newspaper articles or magazine pages, and I could pull them out and I could read them. Very easy. That was before the internet again. Fast forward to today, I have my ear pods. I can listen to podcasts, audiobooks. I have apps on my phone. I have blogs that I actually still print out to this day, and I carry those things around. But my encouragement to you in the vein of continuous learning is figure out a way that you can continuously move things in your mind. Now, you might say, Mike, I can never remember all of this stuff that I'm putting into my brain. You're right. Neither can I. There is this weird phenomenon, though. I've been reading books for years and years and years and years and years. Probably close to 1,000. I don't know the exact number. Maybe over. Anyway, the point is this. There will be times when I'm out in the community or I'm in a business setting or I'm just anywhere and there's a conversation going on, and I kid you not, something will come to mind from a book that I read or a podcast that I listened to or some kind of material that I put in my mind at some point in my life. And it allows me to participate in a conversation, but it also allows me to put ideas out there. If you know me, or if you've known me for any bit of time, you'll hear me say, it's not my novel thought. I say that a lot because all those thoughts that are in my head, I'll never be able to make attribution for them, but they're there, and they're because of reading and continuous learning. So my encouragement to you today is start figuring out why you have that limiting mindset, those limiting beliefs that give you make you think small, and then set some big goals, some big, hairy, audacious goals, some BHAGs for 2024, and then get going with your continuous learning. And if you need any help, give me a call. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.